Hi, welcome to Albaugh TV. Today I just want to show you how to split bamboo. It can be one of the most intimidating steps for a newcomer just because, you know, it's the bamboo and sometimes people put way too much stock in it. Really, it's just, well, it's just a piece of grass from China, and it's a special kind of bamboo. It is tongue and cane, and only a few places you can get it, but for the most part, it's pretty simple, and it's bamboo. The bamboo, depending on where you get it, will probably come in a 12-foot culm. This is two 6-foot culms. I just cut it in half. What I have is a butt section and a tip section. And you can tell the difference. The butt section has no space closer together than the tip section. It'll also be a little heavier or thicker. And another way you can tell is as far as orientating up and down. If you look at the bamboo, you want to know which way it goes. There'll be a little ridge here and a lip. And the best way to think of it is as, you know, water collects on the bamboo, it'll collect down on these ridges, and that's where it conserves a lot of its water. I'm not sure if that's true, but that's how I think about it, and that's how I know which way is top and bottom. Also, the spaces between the nodes get further and further apart as you go up. This here is a leaf stem. It's going to be a blemish. We'll probably split it out. Bamboo's not always going to be perfect. Might have some water stains, some slash marks. But for the most part, most of the stuff will come out whether you're building the rod. If you really got a bad culm, you might want to think about heat treating it. That kind of hides a lot of the blemishes. I'm going to show you how to split. And the technique I use is hand splitting. You don't really need any special tools. Basically, the only tool you need is you need a large knife. This one is very dull. I ground it on some concrete. And a hammer. And I'm just going to split in halves and then halves again and halves again. Just keep going down until I'm about 1/4 inch, a little shy. Some people might opt to split in thirds. If you split in thirds or fourths, really, your bamboo is going to be about the same. So it's kind of see it as it goes. First thing I got to do is just give it a whack right in the middle. I don't know if you can see this right here.
Nope.
Alright, point it down so you can. Can you see it?
Yep.
All right.
Not your face though.
That's fine. Get my knife and hammer. Alright, I'm just going to find the halfway point and line it up. And I'm just going to give it a good crack. Now, do you see what I did here? You see this split going down?
A little.
Pull the knife down and give it some twist. I'm not cutting, I'm just turning and letting the bamboo work. And then, there we go. We now have 2 pieces of bamboo. And I'm just going to, like I told you, I'm going to split it again. So somebody that put the bottom against something hard and I might straddle it a little bit. I'm going to find my halfway point. Always make sure your knife is perpendicular, about 90 degrees. Sometimes it helps if you draw a little line. It can be a little disorientating looking straight down on it. So as you notice, in the halfway, perpendicular, and give another whack.
Might want to be old to do this.
And a twist. What I'm going to start doing is hand splitting. And hand splitting, you can practice on a piece of paper. So if I want to tear this down, straight down that red line, I'm going to hold it a certain way. I'm going to keep my meat or pads of my hand together, and I'm going to start a little tear like I would with a knife. And I'm just going to apply equal pressure. And if I notice myself maybe straying over like this, it's kind of intuitive just to kind of guide it back over, and then I can continue going straight down. Now of course I did that on purpose just to illustrate a point, but it's the same thing, and you can just practice that with just paper until you're comfortable with it, and then you just kind of move it. If it's straying, because you just know which way to move it. So, you know, a lot of builders will say you bend the fat side. So this side would be fat now because it has more, so I'm going to bend that and my tear comes back. So, enough paper. Let's get it on the grass here. And I got my split. And sometimes when it's really fast, it's hard to split, so you get up high, get some leverage. If you got one going straight down the middle, just pop it, move it down, and it's going to snap down below the next node. And it's split through the node. There'll be a little resistance, and then a pop, and then it'll run. Boom. Just like that. Now, once again, I'm just going to split this one in half. I think I'm going to start from this side here. Now you can knock these out if you want, these nodal dams. Crack them with a hammer. I'll just split it right down. I'm not too worried about them. Once again, if you think you should split in halves or in thirds, you can. I'm just going to split this in half again, and I should actually have a pretty good strips here. If I keep doing this, I should end up with 32 strips. I'll probably lose a couple because of that leaf node. That's about halfway. You don't really have to be too particular on it. Just make sure, most important thing is that you're splitting that perpendicular, and sometimes you straddle it and snap, snap, and I'll show you from this angle here if you can see it. And it just comes apart. Really, I think sometimes there's just more anxiety in splitting bamboo. I'm going to take a look, see what I'm doing on distance here as far as measurement. I can't find my little ruler, so I'll just use a big level. And right now we got about 3/4 of an inch. So if I split that, I'll just be underneath a 1/4 of an inch, so that should be perfect for a tip section. So I'll just split it in half and half again, and that should be pretty good.
Looks like you're doing good.
So on this one I'm just going to make a little mark, just because I want to make sure I get a nice perpendicular start on it, so sometimes just a pencil line there. So I know I'm lined up, and quick little tap, turn, and I'm ready to do some hand splitting. And as long as it's going even, I really don't have to chase the runoff anywhere. There we go. And
I got an itch.
we're going to split it one more time. I'm going to draw a little line. Sometimes it helps if you got something to stop the bamboo. Then put the knife perpendicular and give it a quick little tap.
Yep, again.
And
Repeat and repeat and repeat.
now I'm just going to take it nice and easy.
It's really small now.
And just take a look at it. If it's starting to move one way or the other, I can always work it back. strips should be just under a 1/4 of an inch. And if I had a little more accurate ruler, I could tell you exactly, but that's about 1/8 plus 1/16, which is just shy of a 1/4 in my book, so I think we're looking good. If I continue to do that, I'll come up with 32 strips. That'll give me 2 tips for 2 rods, plus a few extra in case I screw up, or if I have some blemishes and I don't want to work those strips in there, or I can just save them for the scrap pile and make a mix and match rod. Thank you for watching.